A 5 a.m. call-out hits and the clock starts. For operations managers, this means slamming the brakes on the actual work to start dialing through a list of off-duty staff, hoping someone picks up. That scramble costs you an average of 20 minutes per shift in manual phone trees. And if you strike out, you're forced to surrender to temp agencies and their 20 to 30% markup fees. This brings up an uncomfortable operational question. Can an automated ranking system fill these gaps faster, or will a cold algorithm alienate your hourly workforce? ShiftFill is designed to replace that human dispatch entirely. It's an algorithmic platform that promises to hit a 2-hour fill guarantee with 0 manual phone calls. This diagram breaks down the two approaches. On the left is the manual scramble, where managers have to act as the router. On the right is the automated loop, built to bypass the dialing completely and lock an SMS confirmation instantly. Look at where the left side stalls. Managers inevitably hit the voicemail node and get stuck waiting. Meanwhile, the automated side closes the entire cycle in under 2 minutes. But to make that right side work, you have to build a strict digital roster. And more importantly, you have to trust the machine's selection logic over your own intuition. The goal here is simple math. You are trading manual control for algorithmic speed, cutting out those external staffing fees so management can get their hours back. Let's look at how this actually plays out. The moment a gap appears, whether from a no-show or a new open position, the platform takes over instantly, without requiring any human prompting. The AI immediately filters your workforce based on hard data, their active certifications, physical proximity to the site, and individual reliability scores. This animation illustrates the back-end logic. The disorganized roster is instantly filtered, sorted, and ranked into a sequential list prioritizing the highest fit candidates. From there, the system texts your workers in organized waves. There are no group texts, and your internal staff doesn't even need to open an app to see the offer. The mechanic here is strict. First yes wins. The instant a worker replies with a yes, the shift is locked, and all other outreach instantly stops. By structuring the dispatch this way, ShiftFill pushes average response times down to just 47 seconds. But that speed forces a cultural shift. You are creating a hyper-competitive environment where slower or less responsive workers will objectively lose out on shifts. Hitting those sub-minute fill times requires a total operational commitment. You have to step back, abandon manual favoritism, and let the mathematical ranking do its job. All of this logic is managed from the employer dashboard. Instead of guessing who was called, managers have a live outreach timeline. It tracks every text message sent and every reply received, making the entire dispatch loop totally transparent. This transparency becomes critical when you factor in predictive scheduling laws, local regulations that hit businesses with heavy fines for making last-minute schedule changes. If you post a shift with less than 14 days' notice in a covered city, the platform automatically calculates the Fair Workweek premium pay. It then logs the event into an immutable ledger for legal compliance audits. The dashboard also surfaces performance leaderboards, showing you exactly which workers are consistently missing shifts. This quadrant chart plots out the operational workflow. Notice how predictive scheduling compliance and the SMS cascade sit squarely in the top left quadrant, delivering high operational impact while requiring almost 0 manual effort. While this automated compliance eliminates legal guesswork, it hands your HR team stark, undeniable data. You are forced to make staffing decisions based on the algorithm's tracking rather than personal relationships. To make this ecosystem work, there is a supply-side requirement. While your internal staff can just reply to texts, job seekers looking to enter your external marketplace have to download the native talent app. That introduces some onboarding friction. Workers must actively upload resumes, build out their profiles, and verify their credentials before the algorithm will even show them your open shifts. But once active, the system executes thousands of matches per second, connecting qualified workers to relevant gaps across the entire network. To keep workers engaged, the app includes an AI career advisor built directly into a chat interface. The advisor constantly analyzes local market gaps and pushes proactive, plain English suggestions to help users upskill. For example, it might prompt a caregiver to get BLS certified, specifically because the algorithm knows that one credential will instantly unlock highly paid shifts right there in their city. The limitation is that workers have to stay active inside this specific walled garden, prioritizing it over broad public job boards to keep their ranking high. ShiftFill speed is a two-way street. The platform only delivers that 2-hour fill guarantee if the workforce is willing to adopt the app and continuously feed the algorithm updated credentials. So, does the financial return actually justify migrating your entire workforce to an algorithmic system? First, look at your hidden baseline costs. The status quo bleeds about 5 hours of management time every week, a loss that multiplies quickly when you factor in those external temp agency markups. This bar chart compares those two models. On the left, you see the highly escalating cost of manual calling mixed with agency fees. Beside it is the flat monthly subscription of the software. That flat line represents the $249 per month growth tier, which unlocks an unlimited internal roster size and multi-location support. However, there is a critical vulnerability here. If your internal roster is too small to cover your gaps, this ROI evaporates. You'll be forced to pay extra fees to unlock external talent profiles from the marketplace to make up the difference. That strict requirement defines exactly who should be using this platform. Multi-site healthcare and security directors are a perfect match. Your operations require strict, high-risk credential tracking, which the system handles automatically. Hospitality operators will also succeed here. Since the platform uses an SMS-first approach for internal staff, it removes the friction of forcing busy gig workers to constantly refresh an app. But if you run a small, single-location business with static schedules and rare callouts, you should avoid this platform. The base subscription will just be an unnecessary overhead expense for you. Adopting this software represents a strategic pivot away from human management toward algorithmic efficiency. It pays off massively, but only for those